Hello everyone, this is a video series from Pixel Lab about learning HTML from scratch. Our initial goal is to get introduced and familiar with HTML tags. After that, we will attach CSS and help you to understand how the real-time HTML web page has been created. So in this very beginning video, I will create a simple HTML page and discuss about the necessary tags and how the HTML tag has been written. And the most important part, during this process I will try to cover all the questions which you may ask during the interview time. Now in HTML we have two types of structures. One is a table based structure, another is a div based structure. Now practically I may use some tags or syntax which you may get confused, but I will try my best to help you out. You can also put your comments bottom of this video or can mail us at pixellabdex@gmail.com. So in this first lesson we are going to discuss about the table based HTML structure. For creating a HTML pages we need an editor, but as we are in the very beginning of this series I am going to use Notepad. The main reason of using Notepad, you will not get any help from the editor, which may increase your knowledge about the tags. Now for the Notepad we need to type Windows plus R, which is shortcut of for the run, and after that type Notepad. It's a normal white text editor, you can write anything. Now the basic requirement for saving a HTML file, you need to save the file in .html extension. So I am going to save this file as first lesson.html. Now I am teach you how to write a HTML tag. For writing a HTML tag, you need to start with a less than sign. After that, the tag name like HTML. After that, you need to give the greater than sign. Now it's the HTML is a tag of HTML. Now we have two type of tags. One is a pair tags like div, HTML, table. I will discuss these tags later. And another is a inline close tag like br, hr, this kind of tag. The basic difference between these two tags, HTML tag is like starting and it should have a closing tag like less than sign, slash, HTML and the greater than sign. So it will look like this. Now the difference between the opening tag and the close tag is the only this slash. Okay, this is a pair tag. Another tag is a inline tag like br. Here the closing, here br don't have the closing tag, it's the inline coding, the single tag with a closing. So this is another tag. Now HTML has its own structure. We need to follow this structure every time whenever we are going to create a HTML page. This structure starts with a HTML tag. As HTML is a pair tag, we need to close them. HTML tag have two inner tag. One is a head tag also a pair tag. Another is a body tag like now we are going to use a symmetric HTML structure, which means If we are declare any tag under a tag, we need to close the inner tag first, then the parent tag. And considering this structure, this HTML is a parent tag which have the two child tag. One is a head, another is a body tag. Now these two tag close first. Head tag closes here, then the body tag, and after the HTML tag. This is the main criteria of symmetric HTML, and we should follow this structure. Now header also have a minimum one tag, that is a title tag. Title also a pair tag. We are going to mention the title as first class. Now we are going to open this HTML in Chrome. Now this is our output of this code. Okay, now the head tag is specially for linking our external or on page CSS and JavaScript files. We may have any other file, but the basic requirement is to select to put link of CSS or JavaScript files, and in the body tag we are going to all the content here, like this is our hello world. I'm just this portion cut out and refresh the browser. Hello world, and the title, the first class, is present here. We can change also. This is our first. This also change. So this is the most simple HTML structure. Now in the interview, sometimes they asked how many pair of tags we need for the basic HTML structure. The right answer is 4. The 4 pair of tags we need for create a basic HTML structure. This is the basic HTML structure. We just need HTML, head, title and body. Under the body you can put anything without a tag. So this is the basic HTML structure. Now I am going to discuss you some concept which may you asked in during the interview time, that what is a normal HTML, what is a xHTML, what is a DHTML, and what is a HTML5. So the most older version, HTML version, don't have a rules like symmetric HTML or the case sensitive, this type of case. So xHTML is a extension version of HTML which have the symmetric version. The every tag should be closed properly and the tag should be in small caps. All those things has been modified in the xHTML. DHTML, another part which contains with 3 main things, which are the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The combination of these 3 things has been called DHTML, which is stand for dynamic HTML, and the HTML5 is the most latest version in HTML. We are introduced some more structure and content specific tags like section, article, etc. Here we also introduce some new tags like audio, video for media supported file. Now we are continue with our HTML pages, so we are going to modify this one. So I am going to modify this HTML and preparing a most simple table structure. For the table we have a table tag, it's a pair tag, so I need to close it. table have two inner tab. One is a TR, stand for table row, and one is TD for the table data. So it's come first the TR, then under the TR we can specify TD. Now TD could be multiple based on our requirement. So if I am going to modify this one, so it will comes nothing. So I am giving, because I don't have any text in the TD or TR in the table, so we need to specify text only in the TD. So I am going to put some text, table 1, and the text is coming. Now we are unable to identify where is the table, so I am just giving some border. Actually table have some default properties like border, and which is 1 pixel. So it's come a border under a table. Now I can specify the width, which is maybe 400, or I can say directly 100%, or maybe 400. It's quite enough, and it make some bigger in width. So I just want multiple column, so I need to just copy paste this TD. So now we have two columns, one is for this TD and another for this one. So this is the most basic structure. I also can apply more table data like that. I can say this is table 2 and table 2 data, and this one table 1. By this we can add multiple row table data. It's a good thing. Now I am going to tell you something good, some good attribute about table. One is a cell padding. I am going to mention it under the quotation 5. Actually the inner attribute in the table has been specified like that: the border equal to the value in a quotation sign, with the attribute equal to the value in a quotation sign, the cell padding equal to 5. So let's check the difference. I am saving the file. Comes no difference. Maybe I am mix the spelling. Now the output is it actually increases the inner height. This is the cell padding. Okay, if you check this content, and this is a default inspect tool of Chrome browser. If you going to right click and go to the inspect element, then you can find this tool. By clicking on this you can select anything. Okay, now check, this is the section where the table content has been placed. Up into the inner section there is a spacing like in the green, that is the padding section, this padding. Now we have like a cell padding. Other option is a cell spacing, which stand for the spacing both of the cell. These two cells have some spacing. For this we are going to use cell spacing, which also I specifying 5. Okay, there must be some problem. Now check this one. If I am going to 0, it's okay. If now I am going to 5, and look at this. Now this is not the area only for the TD, except that this TD, between this TD there is a space that is 5 pixel, and between these two there is a space that is 5 pixel. The cell spacing stand for the spacing between two TD, and the cell padding stand for the spacing between the content and their inner cell. So this is the main difference. Lots of the interview has been asked this question, what is the difference between cell spacing and cell padding. So this is the main difference. Now I am going to tell you another thing. Maybe interior data we have a TD like this one. Okay, so this output like same, I'm maintaining this is 3 and 3, so it's contain the same area, but somehow we don't need this section. So let's remove this one. So what will happen? This is a spacing, there is no tag. If you can check, there is no tag on the TD, only we have a single TD. So this is, anyone can say that's a error or is a design mistake. So we have a property like call span, which I am mentioning 2. That means it's always just taking the spacing of 2. The total width of this TD must be the two of them. So now the width of this section has been increased. Okay, I think it clarified by me. Another thing which is also a good thing, row span. This is for the column, another have a property like row. So I'm just copying it and pasting 2 times. Okay, now I have 4 and this one is 5. So I'm removing call span and copying these 2. Now here I am talking about this one will be row span and it will be 2. That means the TD itself taking the area of 2 section like that. Although I don't have another TD in the last tier, but as I am mentioning that row span in the above tier that is 2, so it's taking the area of that. And sometimes we are checking this kind of thing in our school and something in programming, they have been written the routine or something like this format. So it's a another good area about the table structure. So these are the main things in table. Also I am checking you one thing, we also can write the table in another format. I'm not losing this file, I'm creating another file, same as Ctrl+R for run and then OK. Actually let me copy the okay, I'm just copying the file and paste it over here. I'm naming it table2.html, which also have the same output, but I'm going to retain this one more specific way. Okay, let it open. Now I am removing all this section. Now In the real-time application we have three sections. One is a table head, that is called T head. Another section is T body. Another section is table footer, which is T foot. Now the table head or T head is the header section of the table. So anything is specifying where in this T head is mainly the table heading section. So we are taking the TR, and underneath we have another tag which is only used for the table heading, which is TH. It's a table header. I'm just copy paste heading 1. Now this is my table heading part, okay, and the T body, this is the normal content section like the previous example. We are just putting the content in the T body. We are mentioning the simple TD, table data. Okay, this is the main reason why I told that Notepad is a best editor for the beginners. You can write everything. For what happen when I am going to the new editor, that after the written TD, if I am going to close this, the tag will automatically close, but this will may give you some extra help. But for the beginner, I always prefer to use Notepad. So in this section I am just putting the content 1, content 2, content 3. Okay, this part is the table body, is the for the content. Now T footer. Now you can mentioning anything here. You can mention the pagination, you can mention the any navigation system, or you can put some content about your table. So I am just mentioning simple information about our table. This is a footer part of this table. Okay, so let's check its output. Again I am going to my screen and open it on Google Chrome. Okay, look at this section. As I am mentioning the only one TD, it's take this much of area, but as we want this TD for the fuller width, I'm just mentioning call span equal to 3. Now we are checking. Now this is our desired output. We have 3 headings, which are the slightly bolder section, which is I think the best thing. It's the difference between the normal content and the heading, by which any user can visit. Okay, this is the heading part, this is the different from your other content. So it's a heading part you can modify by CSS. I will later teach you how you can modify all these section by CSS. And this is the content part which comes to here, and this is our footer part. Okay, so when this is the code I have written now, and this is our previous code. Okay, if you are comparing both of this code, now no one can tell you what is your heading part and what is your content part, but here you can clearly mention that okay, this is the heading part, this is the content part, and this is the footer part. But you can, if you check this code, okay, you need to open the code, and then okay, this is the heading part, okay, this is for this one. So it's a more specific way. You can also put comment. This is a very good thing in HTML. You always put your comment for this section, what you are want to think, or what is the purpose of this code. Like t-head, I'm just put some comment here, but keep one thing in mind: if I am putting some comment, the browser should not execute this line. This line only for the designer or developers. Okay, so for commenting a line, you need to start with a less than sign, and then a not sign, then 2 dashes. After giving a space, you can type more 2 dash and the right greater than sign. Okay, underneath you can space anything. I'm just mentioning this is our table header, and copying it and giving the information. This is our body part. Run your now in the footer part. This is our table footer. Put now when another developer, the code behind developer or the PHP developer, anyone can come. So okay, their main desirable thing, they are putting the heading part static and continue looping this content part. Okay, so they may be confused where I am going to run my loop. So I'm just mentioning that this is my body part, your action mentioning here, you can loop this thing, and this is the information part. You can just put your information by this code and it will show anything. They will have the holding structure. You can put much more data like that. If I am mentioning much more data, then no issue, it will manage all the data like this way. It will increase the height, or we can also increase the width with our HTML tag. So this is our HTML output. So this is the end of our first lesson, but keep practicing in your home, and if you have any question or issue, you can directly ask on our mail, that is pixellabdex@gmail.com, or you can also put the comment below of this video, or you can also direct call us at our phone number, which is also mentioning in the details of this video. Not only for this video, you can ask us any question regarding your project. We have a bunch of designer and developers which always interact with different type of designer and developer during their issues of the project. We are providing this service absolutely free, so there is no issue for the cost. So just contact us and we will help you and try to resolve your problem. Thank you for watching this video. So just put comment and happy coding. Thank you for watching.